Nifty 50, Mid Cap 150, Quality, Momentum, Value, Low Volatility, Alpha 30, Equal Weighted. Woof! So many terms associated with index, right? That's confusing. But don't worry. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand all this and will also know what a particular index means from its name. You will be able to identify the corresponding index fund or the exchange traded fund which tracks the index. And hey, by then, you would have taken your second step to creating your own passive investment portfolio. For the purposes of this discussion, we will be using the Nifty indices. And if you do like what we do, it really helps if you share and subscribe the channel. Remember our basket of stocks, which we call an index? Now, the basket can contain stocks based on the availability in the markets or can have stocks in equal proportion. The most popular way of creating the index is based on the availability of stocks and is called the market capitalization weighted index. Another way is called equal weighted index, wherein each stock is weighted equally in the index.
The next step is to understand how the top 750 stocks in the country are actually organized into different indices. The arrow at the top indicates the risk of investment increases from left to right. The arrow at the bottom indicates the market capitalizations of the stock in the index, which decreases from left to right. Please notice the direction of the arrows, they are reverse. Once again, please remember market capitalization is equal to price of the stock multiplied by the number of free shares available in the market for purchase. India's top 50 companies by market capitalization listed in NSE are called Nifty 50. The next 50 companies by market capitalization are called, huge surprise, Nifty Next 50. Nifty 50 and Nifty Next 50 together are called Nifty 100. The 150 stocks after the top 100 large cap companies are called mid cap companies, which are represented by the Nifty Mid Cap 150 index. The 250 stocks after the top 250 stocks are called small cap companies, which are represented by the Nifty Small Cap 250 index. So together so far, all the indices put together form the Nifty 500 index. The Nifty Micro Cap 250 index represents the 250 companies post the Nifty 500 companies. So friends, this is how the 750 stocks are organized in the Nifty index. And now you also know the relative risk involved in investing in these companies. Moving on, we have some key terminologies to understand to complete our basic understanding of the indices.
A total return index captures all gains from holding the index, including capital gains, dividends, interest payments, and stock appreciation. All these gains influence the index value. Keep in mind that as stocks are added or removed from the index, capital gains or losses are incurred.
The next three important factors we will talk about are value, quality, and alpha. Value attributes are metrics that suggest a stock is priced lower than what its performance would indicate. Several factors would help determine if a stock qualifies as a value stock, such as price to earnings ratio, price to sales, price to book, and dividend yield. Of course, the index provider like NSE or BSE can include additional attributes. Stocks are assigned a value score based on these specific value parameters, and the index selects the top stocks according to the calculation. Quality refers to fundamentals and the long-term growth potential of the company. A few sample quality parameters are ROE, financial leverage, EPS growth, etc. Again, based on these parameters, a quality score is assigned and top stocks are picked. Alpha generally refers to the return of a portfolio exceeding its benchmark, essentially the extra return generated over the index. For an alpha index, each stock's performance over the past year is evaluated and a score is assigned based on the methodology called Jensen's alpha. The top stocks with the highest Jensen's alpha scores are then selected to form the alpha index. Keep in mind that the strong performance in the past does not guarantee similar future results. I know we are looking at way too many factors, but the last two we will look at now are momentum and volatility. The momentum score for each stock is based on the recent 6-month and the 12-month price return. These are typically rebalanced every 6 months. These indices got significant traction after their returns during the 2023 market boom was significantly higher than the other indices. Remember, these are extremely risky funds and do a risk and suitability analysis before investing in them. Volatility refers to the standard deviation in the returns of the stock. If you're new to the concept of standard deviation, just understand that low volatility means lesser fluctuation in stock prices and that their returns are more stable. This is a factor which is generally used along with other factors like alpha or quality in creating an index. So friends, you now understand most of the indices out there today, and you also know that there are ETFs and index funds which are benchmarked against these different indices. You should not be intimidated by an ETF or an index fund. Please note there are still a few more factors like inverse, leverage, arbitrage based indices which we would cover in another video. How you incorporate index funds and ETFs in your portfolio is entirely up to you. Personally, I like to invest in index funds first if they are available against an index for long-term goals. I use ETFs for taking advantage of short-term view I have on the markets. And I generally invest in index funds via SIP, and ad hoc purchases based on market movements are done through ETFs. This is strictly not an investment advice, and you should do your due diligence before investing. Thank you for watching the video. Be wise, money wise.